Good morning, it's the Healthy Gamer here, and this video is going to show you how to get your increased attack speed up to 30% without having to buy any items at all. Prior to the nerf in 1.0.3, you could get 45% attack speed pretty easily just from rings and amulets alone, but after that nerf, if you bought the best items for that slot, you would only have about 21%. So that nerf indirectly makes these two skills I'm about to show you way more powerful, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you how you can get lots of free, really good loot on my website. Alrighty, first I'll show you my item build. I'll just mouse over everything really quickly, and if you like you can pause over it. The weapons, they both have lots of crit damage. I find that's really important. Boots, legs, rings, again crit damage, increased crit chance. Amulet, increased crit chance. Your gloves, increased crit chance and crit damage. Crit chance on the bracers. And then crit chance on the helmet. My damage right now, DPS on buff, is 30,000. If I hit Breath of Heaven, it goes up to 35,000, and then Wave the 100 Fists increases my attack speed by another 15%, and that boosts it up to about 38,000. My crit chance is sitting at 36.5%. All resists are at 54%. Life on hit is 835, and life is 32,000, and I found in Act 2 that's plenty. Now for the skill build, your important skills are Way of the 100 Fists with the Blazing Fist rune. Critical hits increase your attack speed and movement speed by 5%. So when you have a high 36% crit chance, this is always at 3 stacks, and it really greatly increases your DPS, and that move speed is also really nice for when you're kiting around harder elite packs. Sweeping Wind with Cyclone, again that high crit chance makes this skill really amazing. Coupled with the high attack speed, you get quite a few cyclones going. It's not as much as the Fist of Thunder build, but I think this overall is better for your DPS and survivability. I just use Mystic Ally because I wanted to try her out. She's pretty good for tanking random elites, and that 10% life is good, but this one you can definitely switch out for other skills if you like. Blind would be a good choice. Just your general normal defensive skills. Mantra of Evasion with Backlash. This is pretty synergistic with Dual Wield because you can get Guardian's Path, increasing your dodge by 15%, and then along with Mantra of Evasion, so every time you're dodging, you're doing 56% weapons damage in an AoE. And let me show you how much dodge I have when I activate that mantra. It goes up to 59% when that mantra is activated, and you can use that as your spirit dump and just spam the hell out of it. And now I like to pick Resolve because it scales well, especially with as much damage as you do with this build. And then just one with everything. My resists are pretty low, so I need it. The passives you want to tailor to your specific item build. And now I'll just talk you through some gameplay footage. This is in Act 2, which by the way is now my favorite farming spot. I put up a video yesterday showing you exactly how to farm Act 2, the most efficient way to do that. You can find that over at my channel or at my website at thehealthygamer.com. Let's talk item builds for this real quick. I know we went over it earlier, but I wanted to touch on something that's pretty important. You really want to find weapons that have sockets and that also have natural plus crit damage. And what I mean by natural is that you're not getting that plus crit damage just from the socket. It has, say, plus 60% crit damage on the weapon, and then you have a socket as well, so you can throw another gem in there for another 60%. And if you do that for both weapons, that leads to a ridiculous amount of crit damage. And I would sacrifice, if I had to choose between a 700 DPS weapon with plus 120% crit damage over, say, a 900 DPS weapon with just 45% crit damage, I would choose the 700 DPS weapon because it scales so well. And the other important thing to note is that you need to have either some life on hit or some life steal on your weapons to do well past Act 1 of Inferno. There's just so many reflect damage mobs, and just damaging mobs in general, if you don't have plus life on hit, it doesn't matter how much resist you have, you're gonna have a really rough time. So again, plus life on hit or plus life steal. I have plus 850 life on hit here, but I'm gonna be experimenting with 2 really high crit weapons and then life steal, because I think that might actually be really effective once you get your DPS high enough. Ready for the awesome free loot? Really excited about this idea. I think with your help, this could really turn out to be something cool. Okay, what you want to do is go over to my website at thehealthygamer.com, click on the forums on the top, go into the Diablo 3 forums, and then there's a subforum here called the Good Karma forum. If you click the sticky thread right at the top, it'll explain to you how this works, and the idea here is that giving not only helps others, but it helps yourself as well. Here's a study of 700 people. They charted the effects of being nice, and after 6 months, those who were in the compassionate group, they were asked to just do small acts of kindness for like 5 minutes a day to people. Their levels of depression, happiness, and self-esteem were all greater than the control group, who weren't asked to do any acts of kindness. So, if nothing else, it'll make you feel happier. But I think too, there's a universal law that says the more you give, the more you'll receive. And you know what, this is just a crazy theory, but maybe if you give in this thread, you'll find better drops in Diablo 3 and have other good karmic events happen to you in life. We've already had some good participation with everyone. These are all the different items that people are giving away. You can see all these different things in this thread, so come on over, see if you can find something that you need. Look at this, people are so generous. And then I'll show you what I'm giving away is this necklace, plus 443 life on hit, and then increases your crit chance by 8%, and I will give this away midnight Monday, June 25th, so come claim it. And that's all I have for you today. This video right here is what I was talking about earlier, my Act 2 farming guide. You guys have been wonderful, and I just want to ask again, if these videos are helpful, please hit like and subscribe, and then share with your social media. That really helps me, and just help spreading the word. We want to help everyone, every gamer out there, be healthier, be happier, be more fulfilled individuals. And I just want to ask your help in doing that. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.